Hello everybody, we're continuing our progress on our end table, and right now I'm working on the legs, and I've got a setup here because there's a couple of things I want to verify before I do it on the actual piece of walnut. So this was the sample 2x6 that I used, and I used this to help me gauge how much sanding I needed to do here through the drum sander. But my question really is, I've got this end of the feet glued down and I've got it on a clamp, and I'll leave that overnight, and I'm going to see if when I let go of the clamp, will it hold this position? If not, I might have to steam them so that I can form it into that shape, but there's not much pressure coming across or trying to separate it there at the bottom. The other thing also is on the picture, it looks like he's got some type of dowel or some type of connection here. So if I am having issues with this trying to separate, I will probably put a dowel, which I might do anyway because I can do that out of a different species of wood and that'll look good. The other thing while I was working on this is you start thinking of, how is this going to attach up at the top? So I've got my second end table here on end, and obviously this is going to slide into the slot. I also am going to have a little ledge here so that is helping support any weight. So it'll be very critical for me to get a good connection or a good cut there so there's no seam there. But also at the top, we'll leave it a little proud of the walnut so that I can come back and sand that down and eventually put a round over on that. So instead of doing that, obviously there's 9 boards times 4, that's 36 legs. Before I cut out these legs, here, let me move over here. This was the board I used to cut those 9 sample legs. What I will do is I will go ahead and cut this out to fit that profile. So I'll cut this out to fit that profile, and I'd rather do it on the block of wood before I go in and cut all the slats, because then I'm only doing the process once. And if I perfect it on my stock before I cut all the legs, I'm not having to do it 36 times. I'm just doing it once, and then that'll look good. And if you remember on the first video, I may put a profile on the outside of the leg where if you look on the edge here, maybe I may scallop it down a little. I haven't decided on that, but I'll do that on this blank before I run it through the bandsaw and cut the individual legs. So I think this is looking pretty good. I'm going to let it dry overnight and then come back in the morning and see if it holds, if the glue holds. And if not, we'll use some type of fastener. Talk to you guys later.